Prime Minister, thank you for joining us this morning. I know you've been in contact with Secretary Kerry through the weekend. Do you think there will be a deal?
I don't know, but I think it's important that there won't be a bad deal. A bad deal would enable Iran to remain with thousands of centrifuges, which it could use to enrich uranium, which is what you need for a nuclear bomb. It could do so in a very short time. I think the key principle is this: don't dismantle sanctions before you dismantle Iran's capacity to make a nuclear bomb. And as I understand it, the Iranians are nowhere near to accepting that. And if, for any reason, the United States and the other powers agree to leave Iran with that capacity to break out, I think that would be a historic mistake. Not only because it endangers my country, Israel, that Iran's ruler, the Ayatollah Khamenei, vows to annihilate, but also because I think it would endanger the entire Middle East and the world.
So what options does Israel have if that kind of a deal is reached?
Well, first of all, we're doing everything we can to influence people not to make a bad deal. And of course, such a deal is something that would leave Iran with the capacity to threaten everyone. You know, they're developing ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missile. Why in heaven's name does Iran need intercontinental ballistic missiles? They don't need those missiles to reach Israel. They need it to reach Europe and the United States.
Do you agree with President Obama that this interim deal has been a success, and therefore, if you can't get a big deal over this weekend, would you go along with extending the current terms?
Look, I think the Iranians have used the interim deal to develop other elements of their program. It's true that they haven't raised the enrichment to the 20% level and beyond, but they have done other things, and they're doing things that we don't know about. In fact, the IAEA, the International Atomic Energy Agency, says that Iran refuses to divulge the elements of its secret military nuclear program. So I think Iran has been using the hiatus to improve its economy. Its economy has improved. Inflation has gone down substantially. There have been cash infusions of billions of dollars into the Iranian economy, but they're still suffering under sanctions. I would, in fact, rather than making a bad deal, I would just continue the sanctions regime, even toughen the sanctions regime, and get Iran to make the concessions it needs to make sure that they don't have the capacity to make nuclear weapons.